today we are with Rising Nova. Look, he's here.
Yes, he
Yes,
has
yes,
arrived.
And you know what? We have some new shiny cards from it.
Yeah. So today we are actually gonna showcase the SP pack for Spike Brothers from the VBT10. So this is the SP pack. We're gonna talk about each and every card and if it was the right choice that Wishi made to put in the SP pack. And also we will re-show the old SP pack, the original SP pack that we have got from set 9 in the G era. And there are a lot of bunch of SPs we're gonna show with Rising and also tell the differences between like the Japanese quick shield, the English quick shield, about Rising and everything. So yeah, there's a lot to talk about when it comes to Spike Brothers, but this video is just more for fun.
Yes.
So I have Fira right here with me, and yeah, we're just gonna talk about how the SP pack was shaped and how the card usually should have looked like in the history of Spike Brothers, and how they changed the art and some other things. So first of all, to start with, of course, we will start with the Rising himself as the original one. So we have the Rising Nova and of course Supernova. We are not showcasing Star. I know that Star is one of my favorite units. It's actually the favorite unit of mine. But in this video, because he's not an SP, he's not in here, I do have him in Japanese. Also have a very nice art that Fira made for me. I can showcase that one.
Yeah, that is also
That
a
is
Super Rising.
chilling right here.
I think you've got it 2 years ago.
Yay!
Yes. It's still so tiny and cute. With this little rugby ball.
Yeah. This is it's a keychain. It's made by Fira. The art is made by her. So it's very nice to have that, a very nice gift. You also see him on the banner that I've got from the team. So, and you will sometimes also see him in a bunch of pictures that we post online or templates.
Yeah, it's like a tiny mascot.
Yep.
For your spikies.
So Star definitely my favorite, but when it comes to Rising, I like all the Risings. The original one is of course Rising Nova himself. And yeah, so the English one actually has two different SPs, because we first got him in SP and then later on we got the SP pack. And yeah, the SP pack originally actually looked a little bit different than cards right now, because it was only 5 cards. So we had the critical trigger, the stride folder, the G art being of course G guard maximum, and then we had the Supernova, and then we have to pick the right SP, because again there are 2 SPs right here. So this one is actually from the SP pack. And then the new SP pack look of course a little bit different. So the cards that we have right now is we still have Rising. So so that's good. So we have Rising right here.
He's back.
Yep, but because we don't have Supernova yet, so they chose to give us a new one, which is Rona. And then we have the Acrobat Verdi, because we don't have G-Guard. And we got the Ambush Dexter. And then we end up with the PG Starter and a Quick Shield. So this is the SP pack right now, which is of course perfect, because now we get 7 cards, while originally we only got 5.
Yes.
Okay, so before we talk about how different they are, we'll also talk about the VR, and then we go into the SPs, because some people actually wanted to have an SVR. SVR is of course something that will fit with the Bull Spike and also the C3, because now people would say, yeah, but of course we have an SVR. We do have a VR, which the VR fits well with the deck, but then you have an SVR which looks way different and that doesn't fit. The same goes for Siegfried, of course. If you ask me, I actually like the SPs more than the SVRs, because the SVRs always have a lot of text on them and they shine too much. Well, the SPs actually just show more from the card itself.
Like you can see the picture much clearer.
Exactly. So I think that the SVRs are a very nice twist, but now you actually have a mix. You have a deck which has SPs, SVRs, and most of us also love to run the Juggernaut, which is of course an original rare. So we have like a combination of everything. And the original rare actually looks more like an SP than an SVR, of course, because it has the full art and it doesn't have too much on the text itself. And then of course the SP pack will fit right well with the other SPs we had. So we had Gunwolf, we had Ronaldo, we had Bad and Dragger, and those are of course from the V era. And then you also have the G era, and then there are a lot more. So yeah. So it's up to you guys. Some people would love the fact that we don't, or now we got an SP pack, when some others actually wanted to have the SVRs, which is understandable. So the choices that they made in this pack, of course they have to give the VR in, because everyone is getting their VR, the Stride Folder, the PG, the Starter, and the Quick Shield. So those are the cards that that Bushi could not change. So the only two cards that they could choose were actually Rona and Dexter. And did they make the right choice? That's the question. First thing is, we only have two double R's because Spike Wars got two. Well, Tochikaze Meiko only and Shadow Balding got three. So in here, they couldn't choose. They have to take Rona.
Yeah, she's in.
And she's in. And then when it comes to the double R's, there are three choices. One of them being the critical. So it's just the Sentinel crit. Of course, they could not make the Sentinel crit in SP because the other clans didn't get it in SP. So maybe later, the second SP pack, that we will see Liar Lips in SP. Did you guys know that Liar Lips doesn't have an S? Her name is Liar Lips and not Liar Lip. But they forgot an S, so it's a misprint. But they couldn't make this card in SP, so actually they had to choose between two. The Ambush Dexter or our Inu Grade 3, which is the Spiking Cyclone. And between these two, people actually wanted Dexter because this is a card that you play at 4, and this is a card that you play at 2. Some people doesn't play him, and in the future he could also be replaced. But Dexter is definitely a card that is worthy to be even more than a double R. So I think Bushi actually made the right call with all of these SPs. Now let's compare the SPs a little bit to one another and also compare them to the Japanese one. So we start with the VR before we go to the SPs. And here we have the English one and the Japanese one. And the first thing that you see, tell them, Fira, what is the first thing that you see different of the way they look?
Now, they first have another shiny thing on the background. This one has more like stripes.
Yep.
And the other one has more like dots. So, yeah, it makes the card a little bit different because the texture is different.
Yep. They have a different foiling. So this one looks like it's raining, which is a very, very, very nice effect if you add to the card. And then when you move it around, you can see that there are kind of circles around the card. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can see it a little bit. So there are circles that zoom in to the top and then go down. So that's actually very nice and very, very, very well done on a VR, because this is only a VR. And of course, the card is thicker. Well, you can't see that, but you could feel it. The Japanese card have a better quality as in the card themselves. When it comes to the English one, it does have that scatters foiling, we could say, like glass when you throw it around and it scatters.
Yeah.
So that's actually very, very, very well done. The colors on the English card are actually better. The colors on the Japanese one are a little bit darker. I don't know if you can see that. I think a little bit.
Yeah.
So the English one actually has better colors, which most of the time doesn't happen. So I don't know if that was by mistake or it just is that way. The English one also have the same effect as in the circles, but you do see it a little bit less. And the biggest difference between these two is that Rising in this card is actually jumps out of the picture. as you can see, the background, that raining, it's all on the background, and then you can see that Rising himself comes actually on top. Like you can see the body right here doesn't have any foiling at all, which is beautiful. The same goes for the hair. But when it comes to the English one, it has a little bit of the same effect, but because of the foiling that scatters all around his arm and everything, you can, it looks more like one picture. So that's the difference between these two. When we compare the, let's say the Japanese VR to the Japanese SP, and let's see the big difference right here, then we see that the SP also has that same rainy effects that the VR have. But what this one has is, instead of circles, it has circles, but they are a little bit broken.
Yeah, the layers are also bigger. You can see it a little bit. Yeah.
And then you could also see that it looks like a glass that got shattered. And well, with this one, the circles are completed. This one, the circles are, as Vera said, the layers are bigger, but also they are also shattered. So they kept the same rainy effect, but they just added that extra effect in there. Of course, we're not talking about no flavor text, and this looks better, of course, with the Rising, because you can see more. You can see that guy lying right there, and he's just standing on the top of him. As we know, of course, from the full art of Rising right here, like the guy and everything. So yeah, I think that the circle that they added, like the circles all around the card, are beautiful, because you can see the stadium behind him also looking in a circle, and of course the effect of the card, the art, has a lot of circles in it, but all the circles are in the background, and then Rising is coming on top. So yeah, between these two, of course, we like the SP more. But now we compare the SP, Japanese SP, to the English SP. So as we can see right here, the English SP actually has the same effect, exactly the same effect, with the shattered circles. But again, instead of the rainy foiling, it has that shattered foiling. So that's again the same effect as between a VR. The two VRs now, the difference between the Japanese and the English one. And now we compare the VR to the SP, and then you can see like this one has these circles, and this one has that shattered circles. So overall, I think the quality of the SPs did go up actually in this set. If you look at Ronaldo or Bed and Dragger, then this one looks actually way better. And they add that foiling into it, which makes it also look very, very, very good. Okay, let's put these back in here so they don't get damaged.
They can be saved.
Yep, and they just could be saved. And then we could go to the next card. When talking about the next card, which is Rona. Rona, of course, is a triple R, so it's still a very good comparison if we compare it to the VR version of her. So we have Rona right here, the SP one, and the triple R one. As you can see, the triple R actually has almost the same foiling as in that shattered foiling, and the SP as well. But what the SP has, and you can see that a little bit on her clothes, on the background, is it has another pattern, which is also in circles, but it is in between, like one layer, then nothing, then one layer, then nothing. You can see it very well on the camera. Maybe if I move it a little bit around.
Yeah, you see it like there.
You see it there. There it goes. You can see that the camera focuses a little bit more on the shyness and less on the card, but you can see that the way it shines is actually very well done. And then again, when you move it too much, you can see the shattered glass yet again. So they put the foiling on the top of another foiling, which makes the card very, 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 very well looking. And the thing is, they didn't put that on her skin. They only put it on the armor, the glass, the background. So the skin looks really good. So you can really see that the card looks like really good. Like you see that there, nothing on the leg, but on the armor. So that's beautiful. Another thing about Rona right here is you can see more. Like right here, you don't know what this is. You just see something there, but because of the text, you don't know what it is. And now you could actually see more. So, of course, less is more in this case because of the SP. When you look at this one, of course, you cannot see that the circles that the SP have, but you can see the shattered glass. So a big difference in here, way bigger than the VR. When the rarity go down, then the SPs would look way better than the normal ones. And we will see the same effect in Acrobat Verdi, because again, it's another comparison between ESP and triple rare. So the triple rare right here has again the same foiling, the same shattered glass. They didn't change that. So all the cards for Spikers, at least in this set, have that. So it's the same. And then when it comes to the SP, we will still see that shattered glass, but we see more. And we see here a different foiling than what Rona have. This one is actually less in circles, and it's a little bit more chaotic. You can see that right there. There are some dots in between. It's very, 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 very different. Because there is no pattern right here, you can't really see it quite well on the camera. You can see it there a little bit. It's actually the same foil as what Ronaldo had, so it's really nice, but it's different. All right, so now we could go to the next one, and we have a few less detail to talk about when it comes to this one, because now we have a ambush texture, and the ambush texture is only a double rare. So there is no comparison between an SP and a double rare right here, because a double rare has just that foiling on them and no dots, no everything. So the SP here looks, of course, way better. So we're only showcasing the SP because of time. And you can see on Dexter right here, you can see that as well, Fiona, that his face has no foiling. His skin has no foiling, while the armor does have that foiling. So that's actually very, very, very well done.
Yeah, they did very good with it.
Yep. And that's why we like the SP so much, is that they really put lots of time or effort or just
to make it so detailed.
Yep. When it comes to the PG, we are comparing it to the triple RPG. So the reprinted one. The reprinted one also had the shattered glass, which is nice that they kept that in. And the SP as well. And this one is a little bit the same as Dexter, but this one has actually stripes. You can see it a little bit. The card has, see it there? It has a lot of stripes. It look like it's very, very, very bad damaged, but it's actually not.
No, luckily not.
So they actually made every SP with another different foil into them, which is very, very nice for people who love details and have an eye for details. They will love this. And for some, they will just put them in sleeve and play them. Okay, now we have the last SP before we go to the quick shield. Now we got our starter. A very nice additional SP to add to the SP pack, because now we have 7 cards, so we have 1 starter and 1 quick shield. And the good thing about this is most people would buy 4 SP packs because they want the PG as well. They will be having 4 starters, so they could sell them, they could give them away, they could keep them for their collection, they could do whatever they like. This SP also has, of course, the shattered glass, and when I move it too much, then you could see again kind of the stripes, but also on the wings that you can see they divided them by putting them not on the whole card. The skin, his jersey also doesn't have that, so it's actually again very, very well done. One of my favorite arts of this set actually is the starter. You can see the tattoos on his skin, the sniper in his hand, the tail, lots of things that makes this card look very good. Also the colors actually on the jersey, some colors that we don't really see that often used, but it's also very nice. And he will fly away right now.
Bye bye.
And last, but definitely not least, the
super quick shield.
Yeah, the quick shield. The quick shield is actually the most interesting card out of the set because it's more, you can feel it. Well, you can't feel it on the screen, but we could tell you what we're feeling.
Yes.
The quick shield, actually, the Japanese one looks better, and it's also way higher on the quality. I'm sorry, people that live in the TCG that play or have only the English quick shield, but if you get the chance, pick up the Japanese quick shield as well, because you can see right here that it has the same foiling as the other SPs, but it's not divided in the way it shines. It has one foiling into the whole card. You can see that right there. It has the dots again, which is very beautifully done, but it's not divided. When we look at this one looks and feels way better. You can see right here that there are a pattern only in here and not in there. While this one has exactly the same pattern all the way down. So that's what they tried to add in here is they add the foiling of the SP, which looks beautiful, but you are not putting a quick shield next to the other SPs. You're looking at the quick shield just by itself. So I think that the Japanese quick shield looked better, or they made a better call right here. Also, it feels better because you can really feel the difference between the two structures, like the one that you can see right here with a shine and then nothing and then something. Again, you're not really feeling these cards because you will put them in sleeves. So after all, you'll be just like double sleeving them. And I think that most cards will actually look a little bit of the same. But again, it's nice to know, or when you take them out of the sleeves, that you can really see how they look like. And again, right here, you can see the SP foiling, but you're not seeing that they are divided. Well, when we put this one in sleeves, let's see how this one would look. And then you can see right there, you don't really see much of it. Some right here, if you focus on this corner, then you can see right there that it is different. You see it.
Yeah.
So between these two, I actually like the Japanese one more. But for the rest of the SPs, I like the English one way better. And the only one I like more in Japanese is the Quick Shield and the VR. Because the Japanese VR is higher on quality than the English VR. And that's actually it. That's actually it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's actually very different than our other videos, but I thought it would be nice to showcase the SPs.
Super spiky.
The SPs. And of course, I've also been getting some questions lately about people that telling me, yo, D-Boy, the deck profile that you did last on your Spike Brothers was kind of the best deck, but is that also the deck that you play? Well, actually, it's not. I do play Juggernaut in my deck. I play a different build, but when I get all of my SPs, I will showcase the deck again. So you guys have to wait. Of course, I have to wait myself until I get all my SP packs, and then I will definitely showcase the deck that I love to play the most. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for enjoying our daily content. And if you have any questions you like to ask us, shoot. So ask us in the comment section below. We'd be more than happy to help you out or to answer your questions. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel.
Yes, give
us
a
a like, thumbs up, and yeah, till next time.
See you soon. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.